Okay, so I've adjusted a few of the volume settings, and I'm going to try to record another replay. So I just did the Yo-Yo Zerg one, so now I'm going to look at the last match I played yesterday. Which was me versus some Protoss named Jamed. So let's watch this. And I don't actually remember who won again. With the Zerg one, I recalled as soon as I realized I was doing the all-in thing, but before that, I didn't remember. So up here in the top left, we have Jamed playing with this blue Protoss, and down here in the bottom right, we have me, Alexi Genesis, playing with the red Zerg. So at this point, I'm going to pop open the production tab. So basically, I am droning up here, and I should have the Overlord. Yep, we have the Overlord popping, so that's great. And the Overlord pops, and I should instantly pop up all of the goons, which is perfect. I always send my first Overlord to scout. Basically, I want to see the timing for the natural. If they do take their natural, my assumption is that it's really safe for me to take the third. My go-to build is kind of, oh look at that, you can like, the weird tiles from the, I don't know, whatever this tile is underneath of this, you can see them through the egg or whatever. So anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, I send the Overlord over because if they do take their natural and they're not Zerg, it's pretty safe for me to take my third. But if they don't, they're clearly going to some sort of strange all-in. So at this point, I wouldn't really expect them to have taken their Nexus. If they had, it would have been kind of wonky. And to be honest, looking at what they did, this looks rather normal, but oh, another gateway. Okay, so maybe they're going to do some gateway push. And they did take their natural there, so it can't be as all-in-ish as I thought. So yeah, so I guess at this point I could have easily gone to a third hatch. I believe I have to wait a minute though. I forget what the timing is, but I don't think it's till like 3 minutes or something. I usually throw down my third hatchery. Usually after the queens. Yeah, it should be here soon. But anyway, I have, I'm researching metabolic boost. I have 2 queens on my main. 1 queen on my natural. Do I have a third queen coming out? No, apparently not. I have a lot of resources I should be spending. But anyway, I've already thrown down the Warren, third extractor, and there comes the other hatchery. Apparently they do have a Nexus here, however it's not actually mining yet, so that's fine. They have a Stargate, and this was interesting because I hadn't scouted this. If you look at my vision, I only knew they had this, and I had seen... Oh, I guess I hadn't even seen what was in their main base. But what I did know is they were doing this strange patrol thing here. They didn't give any mind to my Overlord. Didn't know what that was yet, which apparently was a pylon. But anyway, I knew they had taken this base, so I was thinking I'm safe for a bit anyway. But, interestingly enough, they had already started throwing out Voidrays. And, at this point, I knew they had Voidrays. I believe I already... we're going so fast now, I slow it down. So I knew they had Voidrays. So I believe in response to seeing those, pretty soon I threw down a Hydralisk Den. Although, I don't actually see said Hydralisk Den coming down yet. Oh, that's because I needed to upgrade to a layer first. So I was researching my hatchery into a layer. I could still see this really strange patrol. It's like, yeah, I have 2 Adepts here, and 2 Stalkers, and Sentry. But what am I doing? We are just patrolling. I think it would have been more effective if they had taken their Stalkers, plopped my Overlord, and made me run forward. They could even have did some micro with these Adepts, but they didn't. So clearly it's not like I was a really good player here. They were just more effective. But anyway, I did throw down the Spore Crawlers because I saw that they did indeed have those Voidrays, which at this point, I guess they only had 2. I think they would have had more. Oh, they're building a fleet beacon to go to carriers, or are they trying to research the Voidrays? To be honest, I don't know. But anyway, they sent their Voidrays into my base. I believe, I don't know if I scouted them coming over, to be honest. But anywho, now that I see them, Spore Crawlers are in place. They're doing huge damage to their unupgraded Voidrays. And my queens are damaging them too. Yep, their shields are already gone. It's funny, because even though they have nerfed Wow, queens are tanky. 2 Voidrays on 1 queen? I could have totally saved that if I had tried. But anyway, I don't really think Voidrays are good units. They're only good if they have a bazillion of them. But anyway, they are researching, Flux Veins, which apparently makes their Voidrays... Okay, what does this person do? Like, do they set all their units to patrol? Because the Stalker's having a seizure. But anyway, back here, they're using these Voidrays to attack me, and if you look at units lost, I believe I actually have lost more, but what was it, 1 queen and a couple probes or something? Like, it wasn't a huge amount I lost. Oh, look. I guess I lost an Overlord, a queen, and maybe 2 probes. Maybe that was all. But anyway, I'm about to lose more. So, yeah, 100 for an Overlord. For some reason, these Zerglings decided to come. Why? Likely because I am not very good at controlling my units, but I do have higher actions per minute than them. It was in 100 here, wow. They're still just patrolling, and they have 2 Stalkers sitting there. I'm pretty sure I do win this, if I remember correctly. At this point, they do have the upgrades for their Voidrays, and they're building it. You think that if they were building, like, multiple Voidrays, they would have already had the upgrade. So apparently I did build the Hydra Den. Yeah, don't have the upgrades yet, but to be honest... Okay, go slower, please. Normal. Okay. If you look at my units right now, I have 11 Hydralisks, and a ton of Roaches. So basically I have a fair bit of units. I was going to send them into their base, but instead I decided to send everything down here to attack this Voidray, which I clearly can't beat yet. So their Voidrays are standing no chance. They're upgrading air weapons. They have another Voidray coming out. And they have 2 more Stargates, clearly wanting to mass produce these Voidrays. Now, I know Voidrays... Oh yeah, Prismatic Alignment. Apparently they have it by default, but they're not utilizing it. I think it makes them move slower or something. Yeah, so they don't really want it, considering he got the speed upgrade for Voidray. Clearly he doesn't actually want to, whatever. Anyway, but at this point, I wasn't doing a very good job spreading the creep either. I don't know why. Maybe because it wasn't a macro. I'm already at 9 minutes. I could have had it halfway across the map at this point. But anyway, I decided to clump my units here. Not sure why I sent my Queenies across. They actually remind me a lot of Kerrigan, like their design. Anyway, at this point, their patrolling guys have stopped. Off go my Biles. Biles all land pretty well. I don't have any upgrades for these yet? No, apparently not. Production tab. Yeah, I am getting the speed upgrade for Roaches I don't even have. Oh yeah, now he's using Prismatic Alignment. Too bad that it was too late. Popping out 1, 2... He could have moved this one to that one. Anyway, I won. I destroyed his natural with my army. At this point I had already won, but that was an interesting match. He had at first built 2 gateways, so I believe this person was trying to transition or some sort of ground rush. But with me having, clearly he didn't dedicate to that properly. Like, he didn't do any attacks. Instead, he had the units, like, patrolling here. So I'm not sure why he was patrolling them. Clearly that's not going to be effective. I mean, they would have been much more effective attacking me. Anyway, at this point, let's assess what I have, okay? So if we look at units lost, I've definitely lost less, but not a huge amount, about half, I guess, of what he's lost, or a little bit less than, a little bit more than half. I'm only now researching both the upgrades for Hydras. Okay, so that was a Hydra upgrade. That was Muscular Augments, which increases their movement. I should already have the Roach upgrade. I do. I don't have Burrow, which is fine. What do I have for units? I should have 4 queens, 5 queens, 6 queens should be, because basically I like to build 2 queens per hatch. 1, 2, 1, 2, and where's the final 2? Oh yeah, these 2 sisters have decided to run across the map. Wish I could turn the thing. But anyway, look at them though. Don't they look like a lot like Kerrigan? If you look at like the hair behind their heads here, these purple things and these wings, you can tell she's very much modeled after the queens, or lore-wise anyway, but I think that game-wise they probably modeled the queens after Kerrigan. Anyway, both of these almost have full energy. I really like how defensive the queens are too. They by default have 1 armor. They're acid spines. Their range is ridiculous. I mean, if you look at that, that's compared to like a Hydralisk, which ranges 5, or a Roach, which I believe actually has a pretty long range, 6, but it doesn't even have, what is that, 7. Yeah, is there anything here with 7? What is a Voidrays range? Yeah, 6. I don't think there are very many units with the range of a queen, to be honest. So anyway, Hydralisk Den, doing the wiggle, so it's doing his thing. I have that. I think I did pretty well there. I think a few issues. This doesn't have enough drones. I guess it's short by 1, so that's not a huge thing. This was in response to their seeing their Voidray. Perfect. This base oversaturated. I could take 3 of these onto some gas, like that one that has none. Jeez, Alexa, come on. You could have put it there. And do I built these, but never got the upgrades, which I guess I didn't need. But interestingly, they have 43 probes. I have 50 drones on 3 bases. They have 43 on 2. So I mean, if I look at the command center, they must be way over in the amount of probes like that. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This little mineral patch with what? 660 minerals? They have at least 3 probes on per mineral patch. 4, actually. 4. They have 4 probes per mineral patch, which is basically ridiculous. And the same thing is here. So basically, I think most of their resources probably went into their economy. Yeah, look at that. They spent more on their economy than me. That said, they also spent more on their army than me. It was just technology, which I assume is upgrades that I spent more on. What do I have versus them? They have +1 air and flux veins. I have Gaia reconstitution and metabolic boost. Oh, but I also have, I guess they're counting structures. I have 2. So anyway, yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. It was nice to look at this and analyze my game. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll be posting more videos as I basically review my my gameplay. So you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Love you, kiddos.